Our dream is to buy our forever home in the Cotswolds, but like anything, it doesn't come without its problems. Based on current estimates, we have 40 more years of savings to go. And that's where this house came in. We're planning on rebuilding this house from the bottom up. The plan being, in 12 months time, we'll have enough money to buy our dream Cotswolds home and have all the skills to do it up. We soon realised that this was a big challenge. The process has brought us a lot of highs and a lot of lows. But right now, we're about 6 months in, and we have no idea how far this will propel us into getting our dream home in the next 12 months. We've quite literally worked through all seasons. It's bloody 2 degrees outside, and our windows have literally frozen, and swapped our social lives for DIY how-tos. But with all those problems, it's hard to believe that we're finally at a turning point in the renovations. And today, we're finally plastering the first room. So you might remember we had 3 bedrooms and no bathroom. Now as you come up the stairs, we have a new bit of landing, plus this bathroom, and then our master bedroom that we've obviously split into 2. This is our new master bedroom space, which is a little bit more snug, but it's definitely big enough for like a king size bed. Yeah, we're 6 months in and we're ready to plaster. To save as much money as possible, Ewan put his hand up to plaster the whole house. Ewan is not a plasterer. And his plan?
Start with the ceiling. There's a bit of a curve on this one, so I'm going to start with bonding the curve out a bit. Also probably mix up a bit more just to get all these walls level and flat. And then we'll start with skimming the ceiling, and then if we've got more time, we'll maybe move on to that plasterboard wall.
I think it was just under £100 for the bags of plaster that we need for this room. Obviously it's going to take us the full weekend to, maybe we won't even finish this room, I don't know, but to pay someone to do this room, how much do you reckon? Like 600 quid?
The whole room, probably more than that. So, some plasterers I've seen online are on like £500 a day.
So we're kind of gambling here with time. We obviously still want to meet our 6-month deadline, but this house inevitably had bigger jobs that we didn't expect. We're behind both on time and money, so by plastering the upstairs, it gives us that push to finally get this house looking like a house.
We don't want it to crack.
This used to be the old door to the bedroom, and you wouldn't think it. And it just goes to show that a few months ago we were far cry away from plastering. Nice. And that it doesn't just get easier. I think it's going to be a long day. Let's put a plaster in the house. I've got to be honest, I thought it was going to be quite difficult to get the curve, but...
Well, I think it's all right. I don't know. We'll see. It's hard to get an even curve all the way. Don't know if this is even or the trusty speeds to come out. You expected it to fall on me by now?
Well...
Just like that. It's gone. And it like dips down here, doesn't it, a bit?
I'll stop here for some context. When we first stripped back the wallpaper on these original walls, it dated back to 1962. Literally handwritten onto these walls. But you could tell, though only cosmetic, we were going to have to build them back out.
Bit more. That's probably the worst bit, is it?
Yeah.
It's like almost a finger width. And look at the top, look how far that veers off as well.
You might think we're taking a lot on here, and trust me, we know, but with that we have a good balance of research and hope for the best. I'm just going to pretend that I didn't just drop mine on the floor.
You dropping it everywhere?
No, I think that was filler.
Oh
no.
Oh
no.
Shit.
Let's just restart.
Oh, no.
I think it's safe to say the prep took us a lot longer than we expected. By the time that Ewan started with the skim coat, it was about midday.
The good thing about it being more watery though is it won't go off as fast.
Yeah,
so it's
gives
like...
you more time, doesn't it? But even with what felt like more time, we'd lost all hope of even completing half of this room.
We probably made it a bit too watery, that was our problem.
But I guarantee, whatever house we buy in the Cotswolds will be 10 times worse than this. And this is all practice. And I guess we'll check back in with you.
Hopefully if we've done the bonding right, it should naturally just curve. Because like I should have done the hard work should have been done with the bonding.
Oh.
Oh yeah. That felt satisfying.
You might have noticed it wasn't quite at its neatest, but he wasn't done yet.
We're on the second coat and we're risking it and using the first batch but adding a bit of water to it. With this one I've just got to basically just put it on but be a bit more, I want it to be flatter than the first coat.
And as if it didn't take him another hour,
That is the second coat on. It's actually not looking too bad. I've just got to, Kiera's just cleaning the trowel and then I've just got to go over it again and flatten it all off. It's not the best lighting in here, but it's looking all right as it is. So. Pretty sure one bit went right on my forehead as well.
It's typical that, just as we thought everything was going perfect, everything went wrong.
One bit fell off because it was one of the bubbles.
Above where we bonded, bubbles started to arise. And that can only mean one thing, surely.
I think our best bet is just to let it dry and see how it looks when it's dry. The plan is, I'm going to start plastering this wall here and this little bit around the door, the plasterboard wall basically, and then Kiera's going to go and start editing a video. Once I've plastered that wall, we're then going to take that radiator off and start prepping for the walls that we're going to try and do tomorrow. Yeah. And hopefully with any luck by the end of the day tomorrow, this room will be plastered.
Clearly the plan here was to carry on and hope the bubbles resolve themselves. And it's key to remember, Ewan had now been plastering for over 8 hours.
So this is where we're at. To be fair, we're doing okay. I'm not sure what time it is now.
Hey Siri, what's the time? Hey Siri, what's the time? So we're on our little break now from plastering while that wall sets. And just thought it'd be a perfect time to mention that on our route to our Cotswold house, we've had our first project sponsor that's going to help us hopefully get there sooner. Kindly been given all of our upstairs door frames, skirting boards, architraves, and obviously we're not quite at the point where we can start fitting the decorative stuff yet. What I have fitted is the door frames. They're MDF door frames. You can get them from mdfwarehouse.com. Quite impressed with them. What I normally struggle with door frames in the past is they're always twisted. These were delivered, packaged really nicely, and there's not one twist or bend in them. And yeah, obviously that's a massive help for us. Thank you for sending us those products, really helped us out, and would definitely recommend if you need anything like that yourself. Given how long each wall's taken me, I'm going to call it a day there today, and we'll be back first thing tomorrow. Trying to do the trim around the arch, and we went to Wickes yesterday and they didn't have any plastic beads, so this is kind of a last resort to get the room done today. So I'm just making a load of cuts up the one edge of the corner trim, and in hopes that I'll be able to use the metal bead. It seems to be working so far, but it's also a bit fiddly as well, so yeah, I'm just giving it a go. This is what this wall's looking like from yesterday. Now we're going to move on to the problem walls and start bonding these out to try and get them as flat as possible, and then we can hopefully skim those today.
The process of plastering, as we found out, isn't very glamorous. And the main thing constantly against us is time. It seems to be the only thing we're talking about in this video, and it's a common trade-off to keep morales high and spending low. We had a lot more prep than we thought this morning, and Ewan's onto his first wall, but I think we're at around 2 PM now, so obviously we haven't done as much as we hoped.
I think this is a perfect time for Kiera to practice on that bit there where what won't be seen because it's a radiator, so I've just asked her to smooth that out for me.
I feel like an apprentice.
And there is more if you need it, but there should be some on the trowel. And the rest of the wall is still like proper soaking wet at the minute. It needs to be a bit like that, and then pressure, but not too much pressure. It's difficult, isn't it? She did that bit up there of bonding, and that's much easier to work with. So yeah, she did a good job on this bit. It's just a bit more difficult with the multi-finish. See, on camera that looks alright, but when you get up close,
It looks pretty crap.
it looks terrible. So
The arch has become a feature in this room, one that I've had to grow to love. With the plaster going on, I'm starting to have more and more ideas of what that space can be used for.
we was going to head home, and then we sort of spontaneously decided to get one more wall done. So we've now done 3 of the 4, just this one left to do. And we also did part of the archway. With the archway, I've done the best that I can. It was really difficult to get in there with the trowel, and it's not perfect. Like you can sort of see, you see that on the camera, it's just little dinks here and there, and then some of the brush marks where I've had to brush the corners in. Yeah, I think that's pretty good going for one day. And I've never really done an archway before, so I'm pretty chuffed with that.
We tried our best to stay positive, given how long we thought this would take us. And with everything that you can learn off the internet, time is not one of them.
We haven't even plastered one whole room in the house yet.
And if anything, this pushed us on to finish this last wall. To me, it shows more than just plastering a room. It's one small step to a completed house, something we've done almost completely DIY. And though downstairs still looks like we've hit it with a bulldozer, it gives us light at the end of the tunnel for a challenge that is well beyond what we could ever have imagined. This room is well on the way to being done, and one tiny step closer to being an forever Cotswold house.
I literally look like an avatar. But this is where I've got. This is the blue grit, hopefully one that the plaster will stick.
The rooms in this wall we suspect are lime-based or lead-based, and in past experiences, plaster doesn't stick to it. So to combat any big setbacks, we opted to blue grit the whole room.
But yeah, only 2 more walls to go.
I think the reality of things at this stage were that the mood was feeling pretty low. We pushed on for the next few hours to get the wall done and the preparation of the other rooms.
All I've done for the last 3 weekends straight is PVA scrape wallpaper, blue grit, wash plastering bucket, sleep, repeat.
But watching this now, this renovation has been so much more than that. What we once thought was that of a home makeover show quite literally turned into a full-scale rebuild. It's been our early mornings and late nights. There's been leaks, cracks and big drafts. Ewan's been an electrician, a plumber, carpenter and bricklayer. It's been a constant battle against time, big dreams and sleepless nights. But what it's also been is a bloody good experience and something that's far away from being over. And though we have absolutely no idea where this will end, we just hope it leads us to exactly where we want to be. And in the meantime, we can enjoy and share the process of our journey to our forever Cotswolds house.